Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? What up? What up? It's hump day. Kevin, good morning. Dan, what up? Wookie, how's it going? Dom ES, what's up? Miguel, good morning. Lupek, good morning. Miguel, you got a short working from 48 and a half. All right, all right. I like the area. Right at 90 minute supply here. I think short makes sense. But might be a choppy one. We'll see. Got FOMC later today, of course. Tomorrow, got a holiday. Friday, we have options expiration. So, and it's rollover week. So it's like a lot going on that would make one maybe not eager to trade. That's what I'm feeling. Not feeling very eager to trade this current situation. Okay. All right. Oh, what's up? Let's see who we got. Sammy, what up? Mario, Cypher, Retro Beast, good morning. Froggy, what up? Twiga? Twiga? Ga. What's up? What are your thoughts on trading the NQ and ES indices? Worth it? You're asking me if what I do every day is worth it. I must think it's worth it, right? I must. What's up, Grizz? How you doing, man? Davis, what up? Slee, ayo. RF, what up? How you doing? Flamtap, what's up? It's been a minute for sure. How you been? How you living? You meant the CFDs for them? I don't know anything about CFDs. The wrong guy to ask for that. We're not allowed to trade them in the US really, so I don't care about them. The idea of trying volumetrica for the first time, it feels clunky. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not the slickest of platforms. It'll get the job done, but I mean, yeah, it's nothing slick about it. It feels very like, not Web 1.0, but Web 1.5. That's not bad. It's just it is a little clunky, you know. I'm like a little slow to move around in it. Like changing time frames is a little bit slow, etc. All right. So the good news is yesterday I was able to turn my red day around on Apex. I made like 650 or so on Apex accounts on all 20 because I was like $100 away from losing them. So now I have a little bit more breathing room. And then on my funded MFFU account, I still took a loss. I'm at 50,068 right now, so it's a small loss, which is all right. All right. So personally, I kind of want to try to lean on not taking trades today, but you know, if there's something juicy setting up, I think I'll have no choice but to take it. But in general, kind of like yesterday, maybe best to think about preserving that capital today instead of growing it. So be pretty smart about the trades you're getting into today. So another kind of VWAP open here. We had this yesterday as well. And I mentioned that's an early sign that may be lackluster this morning. So that's like another thing to add to the bucket of don't take trades today or be cautious. Preserve that capital today. It'd be 1, FOMC rate decision later today. 2, tomorrow's a holiday. 3, Friday's expirations. 4, rollover week, part of expirations, but we'll add that in there. 5, VWAP open. So there's 5 things that make it probably lackluster. So I think the setup should be pretty good. The movement should be pretty good. By the time I see something I want to get in, I should have reasonable expectation for continued movement. So patience will be key here. Good morning, Weshall. How you doing? Flame Type, you've been trading your personal account. You take it a lot more seriously than the props. That's good. Sebastian, you're still getting into trading. Would you say this is a profitable way to live? I would say it's very, very, very difficult. I would say it's not for most people, just because it's so freaking challenging. And it takes years to get good at. CFD or futures, I already mentioned. I can't trade CFDs here in the States, so I think futures are better anyways. Is anyone else having trouble reaching take profit support? I've heard that before. Their support's slow, so hopefully they work on increasing the amount of support staff. Kyle, good morning. What up? Griffin, how you doing? Probably shouldn't be going for big targets today. I would think not, but I mean, you know, if we can start trending, sure. I got a 2-hour demand zone. We had when we opened up last night with futures, I had a nice dip that tapped into. I had a 30-minute demand zone there on TradingView. I don't know if I'll have it here as well or not. It ended up being like a perfect bounce on TradingView. So this demand zone down here we bounced off of. Then we formed 2-hour demand, and so that's what we're coming into now. Nice shot, Miguel. Stacking some candles here on the 1 minute. Looks pretty good. As we come into 2-hour demand, I would not be entering new shorts down here. I'd wait to see if we get a bounce. All right. Watch that 2-hour demand hit here. See if we get a little bit of buying. There's a nice tap of it. If buyers don't show up here, all right. I'm gonna look for PDL to get hit next, which is at 909.5, and then overnight lows at 862.25. And then yeah, we'll see if we can sweep those levels first. Then maybe there'll be a long, Jacob. Look for a key area to get swept. And then see if the other side takes over. So you can see a little bit of buying here off the 2-hour demand right now. We'll see how far it can move price. If sellers are really aggressive, we won't get far, and we'll just start putting in more red candles down to PDL and overnight lows. you're $7.50 away to get activated to activate 2 combines. Dude, 7.5 points you can get very easily if you're just be patient. But think about it, that's just trade 1 mini for 2 ticks. You could definitely have, you know, an askew risk reward in that situation. All right, so this is why I wouldn't want to open new shorts down here. That's why I like supply and demand. You have to have a roadmap of something to where you can expect bounces. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I didn't have a demand zone mapped on ES, and I wish I did, because we had a bounce there, and I had just entered short. So nice pop up there from the demand zone. Sellers smacking right back down. So far so good from the aggressors. Good retest there on ES of this little swing low area. Looks like ES is leading today. Not again. ES getting the VWAP there. This is why I love supply and demand. Makes for really great targets. You know, imagine you're short and you front run demand by a couple points. It's a beautiful exit. Swept London lows there too. Nice. Okay. Or was that just let's see. Is London lows just like the close price from yesterday essentially? I got 952. Is that London lows? Will you be trading FOMC this afternoon? No, I have a rule against trading FOMC. I think I may be, I think I'm correct in saying that I think 3 FOMCs ago, I traded it, got burnt. And so I made the rule not to trade FOMC. So the last 2, I sit out, maybe watch, maybe don't, maybe doing other stuff. And I'm glad I do. Oh, 945 was London lows. Got it. Okay, I see it. When is London open though? Is that not Asia? I don't really map things by like the Asia or London lows. I just look at Globex as a whole. Does London really start at, what is that, 11 at night? What's up, G-Man? How you doing? I am, let's see if this crashes the stream.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, London opened 6 hours ago. So wouldn't London low not be that low then? Wouldn't that just be just a swing low in Asia? Yeah, Miguel, I mean, 10 ES points, that will keep the day job away. Nicely done. All right, so Nas is going to come to VWAP here. Let's see what happens. Isn't Globex just the same as the overnight session? Yeah, same thing. You just made 2K with 70 contracts. What are you trading that allows you to trade 70 contracts of what? 70 micros? Even still, that's a ton. All right. So demand zone bounce to VWAP, pretty good. Not bad price action to start. Just pass your comments. Nice job, Wookie. Best of luck in the funded. Well, Brewer just made 4K with 900 micros, bro. Guess what? I'm about to go all in with 1,000 micros. I love commissions. Why would you trade 70 instead of just 7 micros? I mean, at that point, that's a lot more in fees. Like if it's just 10, I understand. But 70, oof. There's a certain point where I'm like, okay, that's too much in fees and commissions. No, thank you. All right, so I was a little tempted to short, but I could easily see us spiking through VWAP, which is what we just did, which kept me out of it. Again, I'd rather err on with like having the mindset of no trades. No trades should be my default, right? And then, you know, no commissions, but there's still gonna be the fees. There's no way around regulatory fees, right? Even if it's sim, like aren't the sim ones still gonna take into account I mean, most of the cost is actually the fees, isn't it? And not commissions. Like even Top Step X, where they don't charge commissions, like it's still gonna cost X amount round trip, you know? What's up, Karam? How you doing? Krem, yesterday you found out that if you wait the first 30 minutes and stick to your rules, or you stick to your rules way easier. Yeah, okay. That discovery might be a huge step towards profitability for you and your system. Awesome. That's great. So NASDAQ battling VWAP here. Mr. Bond, what up? Good morning. I think we hit 22,123 on NAS 100. I don't chart NAS 100. Sorry. I should look at the NASDAQ Futures Index. When you target overnight, are you also meaning aftermarket close? No. So the way it works is, the way on my charts, I mark out when futures close, which is, an hour after stocks. So the red vertical line is when futures close, so 4 p.m. my time. And then that forms the yesterday's close price. The yellow horizontal dashed line is where futures close. And so then when futures reopen an hour later, that low becomes overnight lows. Okay? That's how I do it with futures. Just treat it like its own individual thing. I don't use I'm not as concerned about stock market stuff. I just treat it as the futures market. So crazy to see you have 300K. Congrats. Thanks. I've had 300K for about a year now. Just, if you're not posting constantly, then you actually lose subscribers. You don't gain them for the most part. I don't really make full-length videos very often anymore. And you will wait even longer, Grizz. On the 15-minute, you can really easily see the channel, or you can really see the channel we're stuck in. Yeah, if you zoom out, we got... potential. A little head and shoulders type thing. I don't know. Maybe that'll play out during FOMC. Who knows? But 121 points there. The greater range. 270 points maybe if you include yesterday's range. Don't forget the exclamation point Durov when you type in funded. Exclamation point funded is the command when you want to talk to the bot. All right, so to the upside. We've got this pivot point. That's where we stalled out right before we initiated the sell-off into the opening bell. Then we have this swing high area around the 30s, and then we have overnight highs and a 1 hour supply zone above that. So if we really get some juice, this is my target up here. I'd like to see some juice though, some nice discontinuation, right? so far. Very nice buy up off demand. Like that was such a beautiful, beautiful buy up there. So if we can grind through the 30s, no problem. Definitely looking to see us sweep overnight highs. We do have, looks like ES is running into a little supply zone maybe. Let's double check it. Yeah, this supply zone has a massive wick on it, so it's still valid. It's a large zone. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Will I make a what have I learned 6 years later video? Maybe, something like that. Yeah, sure. Definitely do like a recap of the year. I draw those lines myself. Any line except for PDL, PDH, and the close price. Like I have the open, high, low, close indicator on Motive Wave, and I can mark all these automatically. So the high, the low, previous close, previous high, previous low, overnight high, overnight low. All that's just marked automatically. The ABC line, that's just the default. That's what I'm just marked out when I was talking about the swing highs here. And supply and demand, I mark out manually. All right. Let's see it hit the 30s now. Nelly, my previous close is futures close. Jake says, did you change your internet or something? Image is like 8K. You know, I just switched out the cable. And so far, so good. I mean, well, you know, I don't want to count those chickens before they hatch, but, you know, speed-wise, it's the same. But maybe reliability, maybe there's some, like, you know, it was a long cable run. Maybe there's something going on with the cable. It's possible, right? So we'll just see if this cable is a little bit more reliable. And if not, then obviously there's other troubleshooting to do. But like I said yesterday, it's like the cheapest way to troubleshoot. Let's see, how many points was this off demand here? About 100 points. Very nice. Very nice. Make the video you versus a pro trader. It's been a while. We want to see how you developed as a trader. Well, you can kind of see in the live stream. Trading lately, I feel like it's been rather tricky. I think March was a good month for me. I think April was okay. May, I think, sucked. Maybe April sucked too, now that I think about it. I don't know. And the challenge is just more, it's more stress and pressure on me. I want to do it, I do. I just want to be in like a good spot with my trading where I feel good about it, you know? Because imagine, you know, I do a video a little over a year later since my last one. People are going to expect improvement, right? It's okay. Like, I don't need to be the world's best trader in the video, but I do want to have eliminated some of these lingering bad habits. So here we are at 22K. Let's see if that can hold. Again, I want to see us start grinding through the 30s here. Pretty massive wick there on the 5-minute. Yeah, challenges are unnecessary stress, 100%. It is entertaining. Like I love the videos that I did. I think they're really good. I don't think any other YouTubers do it like that. So I understand why people like them, and I like doing them. But there's that stress and pressure. Any new videos planned? There's a couple I wanted to write and I just haven't done it yet. Nice job, Dan. Well done. Should do a 2-week challenge against ICT. There's no point in challenging ICT at this point. He's challenged himself and failed. Thank you, Brewer. Andy, appreciate it. Maybe do a non-finance challenge like race I show speed shirtless. Oh man. What up, Jacob? I wonder if we can get a knife down to VWAP here. I'd be down for something like that. Unless selling's too heavy. ICT is challenged. Oh man. Chris, what's your crazy idea? Let us know. I think we all want to know. If you can get one more $200 day on all your XFAs, you can request around 5K in payouts altogether. Sick, man. Nice job, Jacob. Always good to bounce back after a red day, you know? Always feels good to just lock in some gains. Thanks, Jim. Happy FOMC day to you as well. Andy, you know there was a thing I was doing on this channel a while ago when anytime someone would mention ICT, I would just talk about ICP the whole time and never acknowledge ICT. I'd pull up the Wikipedia and be like, oh no, I don't think they're traders, but yeah, no, their music's pretty solid. I like drinking Faygo and my Jankos. You know, the whole time they're like, no, no, Michael Huddleston. I'm like, oh no, there's no one named Michael Huddleston in this group. I should bring that back. It was fun to troll people like that. All right, Grizz, your crazy idea is place a limit, sell, or buy at open with 2 minis. 1-to-1, $300, so 7.5 points. Today we open at 93, so say you place a limit sell at 86 to 90 to give it room. We flush open like we did today. You get filled and make 300 instantly. If we pump, the limit doesn't get filled, no harm, no foul. Yeah, but what about those little sweep, little knife downs and then shoot up? Because I've done those with like kind of going into news. It's a little bit more gambly, but you know, you place a limit sell below where we are. So we're like, okay, if we actually start knifing down, I'll get a nice piece of this. Sometimes it works, but other times it'll just knife down and just quickly wick back the other way. All right, see if we can get a VWAP tap here. I want VWAP to hold. 7.5 points is relatively small. That's true. I don't normally go for 7.5 points, so maybe it's worth trying. on some kind of account. All right, want to see a hold here? Could also, you know, could also just start stacking reds again. I'm gonna see if I can get this move. I'm hoping this is just a, you know, VWAP bounces have been pretty good. So let's see if that's still the case here. Not giving it too much room here. Maybe not enough. Do you only do futures intraday trading? Mostly, yeah. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out, honestly. Oh, is there new life for this trade? I've only known drawdown. Looks like a stop. Well, okay. Really came close to stopping me out there. Was that like a tick away or something? Jim, if there's no sound, it's probably on your side of things, bud. Give it more room. At this point, I don't really want to. Hold the line. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good entry. Do you ever swing trade the indices? No. No, the most I think I've done is, I mean, I've held into close and like into the reopen. I've done that before with small size. I don't do it very often. Usually I just wait for the Globex to open up an hour later and then maybe enter. Very nice. Very nice. It was literally like, what, a tick from stopping me out? Let's see, what was the low of this candle? Where's my overlay telling me the lows? 80.5. Yeah, it was literally a tick away from stopping me out. Wow. Yeah, this is the 20 Apex accounts right now. Keep it going, baby. We got 4-hour supply here on ES. That could cause a little slowdown. Should I trail? How tightly do I want to trail this? I mean, it's pretty good buy. I think I'm pretty good. I feel like I could sit and let, if it, you know, can hit my take profit, that'll be, I am worried about this 4-hour supply zone, I guess. I'll take $400 here. Stupid supply zone, man. Push through it. Come on. And I would have been really bummed if I got bottom tick stop down on that one. Here we go. Very close to getting stopped again here. Why the pump? I don't know. To me, it just seems like a VWAP bounce. I might lower my stop here. I'm gonna give this a little bit more room. I might regret it though. Here we go, come on. Honestly, a little tempted to add to this if we can turn green. I don't think I will, but I could just reach my profit target a lot sooner and be out of this trade. Obviously, it could also go against me. Mr. Reckless, what up? I have one funded account right now. It's about where I started. It's around break even right now. I've traded only like, what, 3 days or something. So you feel like you have a much higher win ratio in P&L if you grab like 30 points? Yeah, probably. Probably. There's so many times in the past few months when I should have probably just targeted 20 points. It's really hard though. The satisfaction of a bigger trade working out is very alluring. You know, it's very hard to, I don't know. Like I just know some traders, like, you know, trades might matter or something. If he took a similar trade, he would have been out a long ass time ago. But if I personally, when I look back and I'm like, man, look at my entry. Like, why did I get out? There's, you know, I missed out on like 80 points of upside or whatever it ends up being. And I'd much rather capture that. You know, think about that. It's like, let's say I got 80 points instead of 10. I mean, or even 80 points instead of 20. You know, it's like the same as taking 4 green trades. I did it in 1. So obviously, yeah, that doesn't, you know, the win rate's lower. So maybe it all washes out, but that's called the thrill of gambling, Dan. That's not, I mean, I'm trading the chart though. You know, like I'm not making emotional decisions so much. Yeah, it's emotional to want a big win probably, but it also makes sense based off the price action, right? So to me, it seems very reasonable. Hi, buddies. What's up, boys? I'm glad I lowered my stop, gave it more room. I am keeping in mind trailing. I have already surpassed this before, so I'm not. My trailing drawdown is not being affected right now because I've had higher balances than this. I will raise it now since we got that pullback. You know, if we drop too much lower, I think I'll be happy to go ahead and grab some money here. That's why I was tempted to buy at a contract, because then maybe this high probably would have passed the accounts if I had added a second right around here. So it looks like I might get stopped here. Again, I've almost gotten stopped 3 times now on this trade, so we'll see. Keep saying I'm about to get stopped and I'm not, so. Yeah, SPY is at supply. I have 4-hour supply here, but I'm hoping we can grind through it, go for those overnight highs. SPY is really a stone's throw from those overnight highs. ES has a lot farther to go. Garrett, you lowered your RR a few months ago and it's the best thing you've ever done. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that on funded Apex accounts. All right, there it is. Nice little 30-pointer. And again, almost got stopped out. Was a literal tick away from getting stopped out. Stayed in it, and it was that Crayola drawing come to life. So very pleased with that one. Now I do think we're gonna push higher. I think ES is gonna sweep overnight highs here. I got about 1,600 more to go on these accounts. Grizz, you also lowered your R in the beginning of the year, and that helped you so much. I think what I will do with these, assuming I can get funded on these Apex accounts, which again there's There's 20 of them. Assuming I can get funded, I will go for the smaller bags. 20 points maybe. And then, you know, if I get a little buffer, maybe 2 contracts, 20 points. I really want to long this again. I really do. I wish I didn't get out, honestly. Because it seems like the sweep is imminent. And my entry is so good. Yeah, $200 trade is 4K, yeah. It is all about that, right? That's how Matt was able to get, what, over 300K in payouts last year on doing it. Well, yeah, I feel a little sad about hopping out where I did. Best advice in staying common in trade. Number 1 would be size appropriately. It's a lot easier to be common in trade if the size is not sending you on massive P&L swings, you know. Can't go broke taking profit. Yeah, I think you can. I would adhere to the Tom Hugard school of thought on that one. But so staying common in trade, if you're size appropriate, it's way easier to stay common in trade. If you're trading heavy, you know, if you're trading heavy, it's how are you gonna, how can you do it? You know, like I was tell a story before when I was like playing poker when I was like 20 years old online or whatever. I was freaking broke, and I would do these $5 sit and goes, and there's no way I mean every once in a while I'll do a $20 sit and go. When I did a $20 sit and go, I was like, holy shit, $20, like I gotta win this, you know? Like that's like you can't play poker like that. You can't be so oversized for your bankroll. Like there's bankroll management in poker just like there's in trading, and it's so hard to play appropriately. Like I would never bluff and stuff because I was like too scared of losing my $20. And trading's the same exact way, where if you're like too scared to have an appropriate stop loss because your size is so large, you're not gonna have a good time. You know? Brewer, you officially become a Dan first stream rather than Matt. Big life decisions over here. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Much appreciated. Something you've been trying lately, Grizz, is to take more advantage of the upside. Is still aim for 1-to-1, but no take profit. I just trail my price hard once I get 300. That's good. I like it. If you see a reason to add, then do not exit your original trade early. Yeah, I mean, you know, everything's all easier said, you know, in hindsight. I think this was probably around where my target was. It was around this area, and that would have been a nice pass on these 20 accounts. I'm also trying to, like, you know, again, this was a long side trade, and I've mentioned several times that the short side trades have not been paying because the dips have been getting bought. The longs, however, I mean, obviously this exit looks kind of nasty right here, because it was just part of the pullback, and I was just a few points too close. Otherwise, it's an easy hold from there on out, right? Because we just stack green candles. Green candles to my target. I think my target was up here in the 50s. I don't remember exactly. I could do the math, but I don't feel like it. All right, so I still got the old funded, my funded features over here, funded account. I see something good there. I would like to take it. So also ES, there's the sweep of overnight highs on ES. Whoops, sorry. There's the overnight high sweep on ES. Yeah, Carmen has 6-to-1 trades all the time. Yeah, I know. He does pretty sniper entries, is what I noticed. Because he's really able to read order flow well and developed an edge off of it. And so his entries, a lot of times, I'm like, I would have never gotten long there. Like I didn't see that. You know, like it's something to really learn from. You have stopped moving your stop loss to break even, Grizz. You're in a trade that would have netted 570 to stop to break even. Yeah, break even's so detrimental sometimes. Am I familiar with trading with force from my funded feature? No, I don't know who that is. All right, so just yesterday morning, I was $100 away from blowing these accounts. Now I've got about $1,500 of wiggle room. Here's my target of, I would have already been out of this trade for past them, which I hate thinking about because I get in my head about it. I'm like, man, I could be done with this whole freaking. I hate being in combines and evals. I hate it. And when I was right on a trade and didn't really need to get out, I hate when I get out. I didn't really need to get out. I didn't need to get 30 points there. It was just a touch too tight. His win rate is, I think, yeah, usually less than 50, but since his risk reward is so high, it's crazy profitable, Hindsight, you took a good trade. I mean, yeah, obviously, if I stop out here and we flush, everyone's like, oh yeah, great exit, But why would we have flush there, We were grinding through supply zone on ES. I don't know. I like to see where I can improve. And sometimes trailing not so tight is the answer, and I often don't trail too tight. Who's Carmen? Carmen Rosado. He's on YouTube. So there's 1 hour supply on ES. I would have liked to see NASDAQ sweep this ellipsed area first, but it is possible we do get a down move from here before we sweep it. I would like to see the sweep, and then there we go. There's the pump. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Then I would like to see if we can reject up here. I think the short would be awesome. If we continue grinding, it's a little bit harder to trade. I would probably trade a break and retest or something. He had a 56% win rate with a 4.7 R last month. Yeah, that's crazy good. What was the book you bought last week? I bought The Way of the Turtle, or Turtles, Way of the Turtle, and The Dow of Trading. Has Carmen actually ever showed his accounts? Yeah, dude. He shows his broker statement every month on Instagram. You can go look. Forget about it. I like totals. All right, so 1 hour supply hit on ES and NQ now. Overnight high sweep. I would look for a rejection and then a short. And if it would continue to grind, like I said, break and retest. We have overnight high, break and retest. It's a little high for my liking right now, based off structure. So I prefer to see the short side move play out. Seems a little bit easier. There's Eddie. What up, Eddie? What do you think about Trump posts on X, or do you think today's? I don't know what he posts on X. He tweets all the time. I don't care. Obviously, it moves markets, but I mean, I'm just looking at price, you know, because price is truth, you know. If price is really choppy and shitty, then I'm like, all right, yeah, stay away. Like I was going into today, you know, leaning towards the no trade, but it's been really nice price action today, which is what I was truly hoping for, was really nice price action, then probably die down before FOMC, right? We've had that a lot happen, where the Wednesday morning is actually decent price action, and then a lot of people come to chat and say, "You're trading today before news?" Yeah, if price action is good, I'll trade it. Yeah, and so this was pretty solid price action. I mean, very clean off levels. 2-hour demand zone bounce, VWAP bounce, sweeping levels. Like this is really, really solid price action. So I mean, the price is truth, right? So price will tell me when to trade, when not to trade. Not someone on Twitter. I saw Carmine went long. Did we go long at similar times? 9:03. Oh, he actually went long before me at 9:03. I didn't even realize. On ES. So we're looking for similar things there. Oh wait, I got long at 9:01. Oh, 9:01. I love it when I get long and then Carmine gets long a couple minutes after me. It's a nice little confluence, you know? When someone you respect is in a similar side. I wonder if we're just gonna, it's possible we just bull flag up here. In which case, by the bottom of this consolidation, maybe. The problem is, this was my target, you know, this area. I had that drawn on the chart. And now that we're here, the move feels a little extended. Obviously we can keep grinding. Of course we can. It's just becomes a little harder for me to want to get in. You could copy his trades and no one would know. Some people would. There's other people in this group. They'd be like, why are you, you're just taking the same exact trades he's taking. I don't like copying people. It's not, like I said this yesterday, I think. You have no staying power in a trade when you're copying someone because you don't have the same confidence they do. You don't have conviction in it because you're just like, well, this person does it, and you know, there's no staying power in that kind of. If you can't trade on your own, what are we doing here? Look at VIX, man. VIX fell off a freaking cliff. Wow. Wow. Very nice. I still like longs. How many screens you got going? I got 4. I mean, one is just this one, so it's just my other trading platform. I don't look at that for any reference anything. This is what I'm actually looking for to reference ES, my zones and everything. Top left is just for streaming, and then bottom left has more reference charts on it, like Thinkorswim and whatnot. So I'd say like 2 are actually like, you know, one reference monitor, one charting monitor, And obviously the third is just like the second platform I'm trading. Jim, you're always scared when you're in a trade. You're doing micros and win rate is high. Any advice for me? I was thinking if you're trading micros and your win rate's high, that should give you confidence, right? That's what I mean. Usually what I would suggest to people is, okay, size down and just get some solid wins on your belt, because then your brain has this point of reference to go back to, be like, oh yeah, I was in a similar trade and it played out well. Maybe read Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard, you know, because that helps you with accepting losses, ideally. Carmen's not a live streamer, no. He just has a Discord group. Stop thinking of money too. Yeah, that's good. Is down VIX good? It is for more upside. So VIX nice and low, that takes the pressure off ES. ES can just float higher. Easy peasy. You want to see how I draw 1 hour supply zones. So on the 1 hour chart, let's take off my orders. 1 hour chart, you look for a large impulsive move down. Here's a large red candle right here. 107 point candle right here. Then you look to the candle to the left of that. You want to see a basing candle of the opposite color. So down move, I want to see a green, or in this case, blue candle. The bottom body of this blue candle becomes the start of a 1 hour supply zone. And technically that supply zone would go until the high of the wick of that basing candle. So that would technically all be supply zone. That's not very helpful for me to have that large of a supply zone. And then, you know, I would go to other time frames too. So I found, like, on the 30-minute, large impulsive move down. It's part of the 1 hour move. And then the basing candle before it. That's at the start of a 30-minute supply zone. So I already know this 1 hour zone is large. But the next solid area where we had basing, in this case on a 30-minute time frame, was up here at, you know, 98. 98 is right before key cycle level. So I really would expect 22,100 to be the next target to the upside. And I'm using the supply zones and just like other key levels just to kind of make these speculations. All-in-one processor. You know, it's a pretty heavy-duty computer. The Mac Studio is like, it's pretty solid. Nice job, Grizz. $22 times 2. I don't know, dude. I need to see proof. You might be paper trading that. Longs look good here, but again, it's extended. Again, buying the, like I said, buying the low end of this consolidation would be the better move. And I missed it. We didn't really consolidate for that long. And now we're just sitting under a supply zone and yada yada. Already swept the key level. Grizz, just keep 7xing your profits each day, and dude, you'll be back in no time. I'm so tempted to put two minis on and take a scalp. I don't think that's the smartest move, but it's tempting. I just really want to be done with these stupid evals. And again, I get in my head about the fact that I, could have just left the trade alone. This happens to me a lot. We're like, I need to get my $600. Whatever. Just leave the trade alone, then you're at max profit and you're past them. Right now I'm trading 20 accounts on Apex, so I'm looking to just trade max accounts. Hard to do with trailing drawdown. I agree, but I was not at the point of trailing drawdown where trailing drawdown was kicking in yet, because the other day I got my balance to 52,200, I think. So that's, once I pass 52,200, then the trailing drawdown will kick in. So I think I would have been all right. I don't see a reason to get short yet. This has been a nice buy up. VIX nice and low. I see no real signs of it turning around just yet. Here's just another look at the demand zone hits we've had on NASDAQ. This was yesterday evening after the futures reopened. It was like, a couple points into 30-minute demand, and boom, really nice buy up. Here we had the 2-hour demand zone I mentioned at the top, and really nice tap into that, and boom, took off. So again, dips getting bought. It's a common theme. Peter, you're trying to lose $200 for consistency, but I'm up 1,000 instead. It's hilarious. It's really easy to make money when you're trying to lose money, right? It's always the opposite of what you're trying to do with the markets. All right. Next target is this 22,100. Yeah, 5-minute has not had a pullback since I got in on that VWAP bounce. It's just been stacking those candles. They're not the craziest candles, but they are stacking greens. Wonder what the reaction will be to FOMC. I imagine it'd be a muted reaction. Right? No change is highly expected. And so, obviously, if there was a change, a rate cut, yeah, sure the market would go gangbusters for that. But since it's like, I'm not expecting a lot of surprises from it, I imagine it would just kind of be a lackluster algo chop fest. But you never know. I mean, if he's particularly hawkish or dovish, I mean, that could really sway things. Imagine he'll mention his dual mandate objective a bunch. Imagine he'll wear a purple tie. Imagine he'll say, I'm not going to comment on any geopolitical whatevers, All right, next target incoming. I don't know. Feel a little FOMO from this. The next area of interest would be sweeping 130s. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying 130s. Essentially, these little wicks up here. I don't know if we have that much juice in it, but so far, so good. I'll look for signs of this stalling out. Or pull back to get in on. Does feel a little bit late though, for trying to get, more of this move. If I could close my eyes and buy, I'd probably be all right. So initial balance is set right here at 83s. Market's pretty irrational, yeah. I think we are close to all-time highs, but I'm still looking for some aggressive selling to take place in the next few weeks, and then I will swing some puts. Is this the pullback? Is this the pullback, folks? Is this the best we're gonna get? I kind of want to buy it. Guess I should have bought it. The screen move. Sucks because as soon as you get in, it will reverse. Yeah. Isn't that the way it goes? Yeah, I think everyone regrets their long exits for the most part. Unless you got out here in the 90s. This looks like a setup for Carmine. Yeah, a sharp aggressive pullback. That he takes long. Except he already got his money and got out. He's out of here. Okay, there's nice Tesla overnight highs there. Could be a decent buy. I don't love the doji on the 5. But I really would like to see 100 swept. We've done such a good job of sweeping all the other levels. Let's keep it going. My trade looks kind of ridiculous in hindsight. Like the exit looks so freaking early. Again, I know it's hindsight. But that's why I think I would have a really hard time just going for 10, 20 points, you know? It's like my entry was good. You know, I could have stayed in for 100 points, you know, or whatever it is. Which in this case, it would be a 100-point trade if I just, you know, if I waited for a red 5-minute candle, you know, to get out. All right, Griffin. See you on Friday, man. Trading Academy, what up? I'm good. Really nice not having to worry about internet problems, and nice when we're getting good price action. I'm feeling pretty good. Would have loved to grab something on my funded account, but it's all right. Do I track my points per day? I don't. You know, I trade so many different kinds of accounts kind of constantly, so you know, when I'm trading an eval, that's going to be way different than a funded, etc. Is the internet sorted? I don't know. I switched out the Ethernet cable, and so far it's been good. I don't want to jinx anything. I mean, I didn't do anything else. I still have Comcast. It's the only option. I cannot get any. Comcast is the fastest by far, is what I'm trying to say. There's no other option that's reasonable at all. So I have to have Xfinity. Is it pointless to wait for a trade, or should I come back for FOMC? I would not come back for FOMC personally. I think it's going to be a chop fest. I think it's going to take my money if I try to trade it. Nice job, Jim. Eddie, you track my points per day? You also track my size per day. Not my size, but my size. What up, Sea-Dog? Yeah, sometimes I malfunction and I short circuit. I just sit there and stutter. All right, I think we're gonna get the pop into 100 now. I'm so tempted to long it. Oh, that was a shit exit you're saying at 947? Oh, I see, 929. Okay, you're saying, I got what you're saying. Don't long, Dan, thank you. Thank you for being the angel on my shoulder. Keep me out of trouble. But the 100 pop seems so likely to happen. Just let me long. Just let me do it. Come on. Let me full port. I wanna. Go short? I don't see enough signs to go short. I like that we're stalling out 30-minute supply. Like if I'm trying to make a case for the short side. Oh, okay, extended move, rejection at 30-minute supply. You know, that's not enough, unfortunately, in this. In this buy the dip environment, I need something a little bit more than that to go short. I don't need to be a first seller either. Like imagine imagine if we get some like actual selling in here. Let's say we close under overnight highs and we're starting to develop a little bit of a downtrend. Still plenty of room below, you know? Test the 30s again. We got VWAP. So there's no need to be a first seller. We don't need to be heroes here. Lockout account. You almost hit 1K. I don't know. It's $600. Is 585 almost 1K? It's like halfway there. Oh, I guess you're only seeing 2 accounts. No, I have 20. I'm trading 20, but they're not funded, right? They're just evals. So it's not like I'm gonna go put this money in my bank, you know. I'm still on a mission. I see what you're saying. I see now on the OBS stream, you see 2 accounts there, 585. That's probably why you said that. Well, especially when I'm trading evals, I only ever look at it as like $585. I don't look at it as 585 times 20 because, you know, it doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. When it becomes funded, yeah, then you can do the math if you want, but I don't want to get in my head about that either. I'd rather just treat it as like one account. One very expensive funded account. $15 showing pullback? Not yet. I mean, it's starting to develop here. I guess pullback, sure. The extent of this pullback remains to be seen here. So let's see if we can get that drop under overnight highs like I was just drawing out here. And, you know, there's still plenty of room if we want to break this uptrend. Still plenty of room down below. Good thing you didn't long. I know, right? I've been like, why did I do that? You stupid. FOMO Joe. Can I say told you so? No, you may not. Because you said, oh wait, you did say don't long. Okay. Don't say told you so because, you know, it's always going to be illegal. Hear me out. What if we get one little bounce here to 100? Then the drop. How about that? An angel would never say told you so, you know? You know? Let's see if we can get that pop into 100. Then subsequent rejection. Then I might be ready to pull the trigger on something. What do you think about fixed RR and scalping? I mean, if it works for you, then great. I like to use the chart. And, you know, if a trade has a higher win rate, if the setup is like a higher probability of working out, the risk reward can be closer to 1 to 1. you know? If it has low probability of working out, yeah, you're going to want something higher than a 1-to-1. So I do it on a more of a case-by-case scenario or situation, but I don't, I try to keep my risk fairly reasonable. Certain situations where, you know, you'll give them more room because of the price action, because of the type of trade. You know, scalps can be different than range trade. I am expecting now break and hold under 22.66, the overnight highs here. I want to see that snap through 100, and this kind of like failure here at IBH leads me to believe that we might break this consolidation and move lower. What would you say is your A+ setup? Usually it's like a sweep of liquidity and then you know, a higher high for the long side, or a lower high for the short side, and then start, you know, hopping on. I prefer shorting, which lately has been to my detriment. But I really love short side moves. You know, they often are faster. Okay. Let's see if we can start getting that move lower now. I like this location for the short. I personally would probably keep risk pretty tight and just stop out, you know, 12 points away. Cicerone, what up? The background's kind of stayed the same. I expanded the viewing angle a little bit. But thank you. All right, I'm gonna try this short here. Risk again, like I said, fairly tight here. Oh, might be cooked on this one. Let's see. That tail in the background is just a 110. It was like my first decent acoustic guitar, and then my favorite is this one next to me. It's a Larrivee. This one. That's my go-to one. It's a lot nicer than the Taylor, actually. Huh. Well, I think I was a little too early on this one. Do you think dynamic stop loss and take profit based on price action could help with overtrading, or is it irrelevant? I don't know if it helps with overtrading, but that's kind of what I was talking about. Was mine is on a setup by setup scenario case basis. Nice, Jacob. Place a song, Dan? No, you don't want that. You don't want that. So stopped out there. So we got a little bit of a trend line forming here. So I'm gonna stream the news now. I'm gonna be at the gym. I mean, if we break this to the upside here, I do think then like 22,100 would be a really great target. If we reject, then I do want to see some downside tested. How's the six pack come along? I mean, it's not the goal. You know, I'd have to probably change the diet a little bit more. I'm trying to have a good time too, you know? How much you made in payouts so far? Not anything impressive. So no six pack. I mean, it's hiding, you know. It's hiding under other stuff. I mean, to have a six pack at, I'm gonna be 37 in a few days. You know, like, I feel like you really gotta, I don't know. You have to be pretty freaking strict on your diet, and I just, you know, I love food, like love food. So I'd rather just, you know, I'm not sure I want to make the sacrifice for it. Oh man, I'm so tempted to long this. Like, what am I trying to get six pack for? The shirtless stream? Like, no. Be strict on your trading if you can't be strict on food. I'm strict on food, actually. I'm pretty strict on food. Like, I eat stuff I really like, but I'm like pretty strict. I don't snack. I don't eat dessert. Hardly ever. I had it the other night because I was at a fine dining restaurant and it called for it. Someone else was paying. But in general, I don't eat any of this. I don't eat a bunch of crap, you know. Do you like Chicago staple Italian beef? Yeah, I've only had it a couple times. I think it's great. Yeah, I like it. How big of an impact does adding to winners have, in your opinion? Well, I think to the pro trader, I think adding to winners can be a great thing. You don't have to do it to be a profitable trader, but I think that's how a lot of traders really open up their trading, maximize profits. I'm not very good at it yet. Excuse me. Like, I wanted to do it on this trade here earlier, and I talked about it. I didn't do it because I didn't want to. Like, a lot of times I'll be in a decent trade and I add to it, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm in drawdown or I'm watching just a little pullback start to evaporate profit, and I get nervous. It's pretty challenging. How you've been trading for? Well, it's June now, so it's been over 5 years. Close to 5.5. Something like that. You know, I spent a long time with options, a couple of years with options and stocks, and then made the jump over to futures. I'm really tempted to buy this. Why don't you just have Carmen mentor you on his one-on-one? He doesn't do one-on-ones. I was in his very first beta. Well, I don't know if it was beta, but it was his very first small group kind of like thing we did. It was like a month-long thing. It was great. And, you know, a lot of trading is not something someone can... It's not so much someone teaching you, it's you learning about yourself. So, I think I think I'm right there. Just, you know, it's just tightening up some things again. I think I continue to see improvement in my trading. Again, glad I didn't long as much as I wanted to. This could be a decent lower high setup for that move that I was trying to short earlier, right? So this could be what I was going after, and I was just a little early on. Need to see more proof though that sellers are actually going to show up. Five minutes still looks somewhat bullish here. Dan, remember your rule of overtrading? We have FOMC in a few hours and you're already up 1K. I'm not up 1K. Where are you getting this information from? I took 2 trades today. I'm not overtrading by any stretch of the imagination. Just because I think there's more opportunity on the board does not mean I'm overtrading. I kind of still like longs. Not seeing enough from sellers here. I was up 585 and then I took a loss and now I'm up 215. Your coworker stole $600 worth of stamps? Jeez. Some people, man. I'm not really interested in taking other people's stuff. I understand, like, at a company, you probably think, like, oh, it's like, whatever, it's just the company, it's not hurting anybody, but $600 of stamps? Come on. No one's mailing that many letters, bro. Maybe accountants are, actually. Some people like stealing toilet paper. I had a roommate who stole it from college when it was his turn to buy toilet paper for the house. I'm like, dude, you're giving us shitty 1-ply, man. We're all buying 2-ply here. You can't just go steal a roll of shitty public bathroom 1-ply tissue paper, you know? Oh, man. How long until you found profitability? I mean, I said this before. I never lost money trading, like net. I've never been in the red net. But to come in day out and make money, I'd say I'm still working on it. You know, just because I'm going the funded firm route, and you know, you can lose an account by being break even. So, which is just like not as realistic as trading your own brokerage account. So, still got a few bad habits, but my trading's come a really long way. All right, here we go. Like I mentioned, could be a potential lower high there. How do you manage the feeling of taking profit early? Well, I just, you know, I've been feeling a little FOMO because I was trying to pass these Apex accounts and had a really nice long, and I took profit right there, which is extremely early. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little challenging. Just make sure there's good reason why. Like, you're taking profit early in general is fine, but because I mean, it's really hard to nail it perfectly. I mean, no one's ever really gonna do that. But I think just as long as you're trading the chart and not your P&L, I think you're okay. I like shorts still here. I like ES. ES looking pretty good here. Why don't you just try to pass in one trade? Because the trailing drawdown can be really tricky. I've tried to pass Apex in one trade before. It's kind of hard. Yeah, these are 20 Apex Gagan. Gagan. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. But yeah, 20 Apex accounts here. Similar entry to what I got before here. I'm going to see if I can get it this time. Where I could be wrong here is we could just be consolidating up here, and so I keep shorting like the low of this consolidation, which is a bad idea. That seems plausible to me, so I might be thinking about this the wrong way. See if we can get some heavy closes here. Can you briefly go over prop firm rules when day trading futures specifically? They're just going to vary prop firm to prop firm. They all have it listed out. So it's kind of hard to summarize because every prop firm's kind of got its own thing going. Like if there's something you want to know specifically, I might be able to answer it if you have a prop firm in mind. Can we get continuation lower here? Would you consider going on MFFU's live stream one day? Sure. I consider it. I don't know what it's like. I've never seen it, but if it's the right vibe, yeah. Yeah, VIX moving higher. That's good. Tempted to give this like even more room here, but I don't like my entry enough. Like with Top Step, is there a max daily profit cap? There's not a max daily profit cap on Top Step. Not on the funded account. Mechanisms for over trading. You can lock yourself out. You can set max trades on Top Step X. Stuff like that. You know, if you're hyper scalping like 200 trades a day, like they might not really like they might not want to see that, but generally you should be okay. Well, I don't know about this. I like VIX. I like what VIX is doing. How do you make your money if you don't get full-time income from trading? Well, I make money on other ventures. I've been a full-time YouTuber since 2017. It's been my full-time income long before trading. Gotta have a lot of irons in the fire when you're doing stuff like your own entrepreneurial journey of sorts. I might hop out of this one. I'm out of that one. I just don't really like my entry's not really giving me the staying power I want. I'd much rather enter closer to that trend line, if anything. I don't really shorting in this market has just not been as enjoyable. It's not fun when dips are just always bought. Are you on FFN? I don't know what FFN is. Do you think trading changed the way you handle your emotions in general, or just in trading? Not really. I'm like somewhat stoic anyways. Well, I hope we don't get the sell-off now that I hopped out. Funded Futures Network. I don't really know about them. They got 250Ks for $75 no activation fee. No, I'm on Apex right now on MFFU. This is MFFU up here. All right. So on to the next. Short side's not really, I mean, we're not getting any acceleration yet to the downside. And again, my entry is not good enough for me to feel comfortable staying in it with 2 minis, you know? I do wonder if we get it. I do wonder if we get it. And if we do, it's just one of those things I'll have to sit on the sidelines and watch. I think the 30s make a good target for the downside. I would consider shorting around 72 if we get one more last pop. Otherwise, I think I'll stay out. I tried vibe coding it just a little bit. Just dipped my toes in the water a couple weeks ago. Name's Gray. All right, Nate. Gray, have a good night. Have you tried vanilla ice cream drizzled in olive oil? I don't like olive oil that much. I don't like the flavor of it. Like I use it all the time for cooking. I don't really like the flavor of olive oil. I don't like olives, and I don't like olive oil. So I don't think I would like ice cream drizzled in it. Honestly, I kind of feel like we could have a long cooking here. Dan, you don't like anything? I like a lot of stuff, though. I don't like cilantro, and I don't really like olive oil. But again, I use olive oil every single day. But I don't like it like outside of cooking. Like I don't want to drizzle a salad in olive oil necessarily. I much prefer butter, you know. Butter tastes way better. It's just not as good for you. But I'm really not that picky otherwise. Oh, I also don't like seafood. But I'm a cheap date, you know. I'd be happy with some hamburgers and chicken nuggets and shit. Yeah, Sea-Dog, you think a decent spot for a long entry as well? Yeah, it's not looking so bad. Yeah, starting to jab lower here. We'll see. We'll see if this thing's got any legs to it. I'm watching the 50% retracement of the 30-minute bullish candles, which puts us, 31. That's my downside target. So right around there was what I would look for buyers to step back in. So if we do get that acceleration down, I might see if I can grab along on that. I feel like butter, maybe you can give it a try, like butter instead of olive oil. Because butter tastes way better than olive oil. It's way sweeter. All right, so ES is sitting here at overnight highs. Cypher, I don't think I'll try it anytime soon. Sounds like something, we have ice cream shops on the West Coast called Salt and Straw. They do stuff like that. They do, you know, gourmet kind of flavors. So they had like an olive oil something, lavender honey, you know, all this interesting stuff. It's pretty good. Check the Lux Algo Fair Value Gap Indicator. I've seen the Fair Value Gap Indicator. I don't really trade Fair Value Gaps though. Well, I guess I could have just stayed in this short. It's just like such a slow leak lower, you know? Like, unfortunately, I got out in like the wrong fucking candle. Like, if I just held, you know, if I kept the stop where it was, like 30 extra seconds, I'm still in this trade. So it's just, you know, when I short, I do like to see some acceleration. I don't like this slow grind lower. Like, that's not usually what I'm after. I'm usually after something more violent. Gross. All right. If there can be a large candle, like a large jab lower, and start to see a wick form on that one, a nice lower wick, I might grab that long, honestly. Would prefer to play the long side. What's your favorite Batman film? Dark Knight. Will Apex cover the activation fee for the 20 count? No. I mean, I highly doubt it. I wish, man. It's a lot of money. What is it, like $2,800 or something? I think they raised the price, Frank, though, so I think it's over $100 per. JJ-san, you need 5 points on the short to pass. Good luck, man. Nice job, Dom. See you Friday. I do think there's going to be a decent long setup here.
Let me show you something.
What up, Parshov? How you doing, man? Large order filled around here on ES a few minutes ago. All good here, Parshov. All good. All right, believe it or not, I got to take a pee break. I'm not in a short. So if you're in a short, hopefully you get your target hit. I'll be right back. All right. Still like longs. I'm gonna try one here. Might be a little early again. I think I'll actually give it some room here. Well, let's see. My balance is at 50,800. Maybe I don't have too much room to give it. Yeah, I think I made a mistake jumping in as early as I did again here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of lift off away from these lows. All right. Here's what I'll do. I'm actually going to be at break even. And if it comes back to get me, I'm going to hold off here and get in a little later. Oh, wow. Ended up being a decent entry, actually, so far. Let's see if we can break this trend line, though. That might be more difficult without stopping me out, you know? So, we'll see if we can break this trend line. I'm really liking things. My stream does not look like it's lagging, Frank, actually, for once. It doesn't seem like it's an error on my side. This might be hard to break this without stopping me out, as I mentioned. Let's see. Do I get the new iPhone every year? No, I do not. I had the 10R for the longest time, and I upgraded last year, I think. I don't even know what phone I have, man. I don't care. All right, I'm out of that one. I still like that trade idea. We might need to sweep a little lower first, but either way, I'm going to take another long, I think, here. Look for that trend line break. Or wait for it to happen, but definitely like the long side. Okay, so this is the iPhone. This might be an iPhone 16 or 15, whatever the. I don't even know what it is. iPhone 15 is what I have. I don't think they have revolutionary updates every year to make it worth the money. So I usually keep it until the battery dies and the screen cracks to pieces, or it becomes too slow. So I usually keep them for like 3 to 5 years. I'm not an Apple fanboy, you know, by any stretch of the imagination. I don't care about any of that stuff. The one thing that I would tend to be I don't do it anymore, but I used to really like the new drone updates, because like DJI was making a lot of big updates. Like I bought a Phantom 2 back in the day before I had a YouTube channel, and you put a GoPro on the drone, and you couldn't see a live real-time feed of what you were filming, and so it's kind of hard. So you take it home and then you plug it in, and you're like, okay, did I get any shots, you know? And then the Phantom 3 came out with the camera on board, and so like that was great. And then they've done actually like noticeable improvements with pretty much each iteration. But past few years I haven't upgraded because I just don't fly it as much anymore. But that'd be like the one thing where I'm like, okay, I tend to like buying the latest of those. They purposely slow the old phones down, like planned obsolescence. I would tend to agree with you, honestly. They do like iOS updates, I feel like, that make you want to upgrade. All right. I would actually like to see this downside target get hit, and then I would probably take that long. I'm almost tempted to flip short, but just to scalp it, go for 20 points, 15 points, something like that. Got some little divergence here between ES and Q. Yeah, Parshav. Yeah, I've had several Android phones like sent to me throughout the years, and they do have some nice features that the iPhone users would dream of. Is the BPM related to the music or my heart rate? It's my heart rate. So I did like a little, you know, those little EKG kind of looking things. The music doesn't change BPM that much, just between songs. It's not a bad spot again to try the long. I'll wait for the trend line break though, because we kind of have a potential double bottom here on ES and a higher low on NASDAQ. So I am looking for that move higher here, and then I probably grab that long. Probably more. Do you like rap? I don't listen to it very often. There's some I like, but I'm not very... It's not my main genre of choice. But there's some I like. Yeah, Pinata, you're correct. Once you miss a good move as a trader, you're always looking for the reversal. Yeah, it's pretty common. That's why a lot of people struggle with trend days, because you're like, you always feel like, well, is that the pullback? I don't know. Can I buy it here? And you know, you feel like you keep missing the move, but it keeps grinding higher, and you're just like, keep missing it. All right, either looking for this to fail and a jab down to 30s, or break right here and we rotate higher. If it's a rejection, I would consider the short. Scalp it. That's looking pretty good. As long as it doesn't reject. Wait for the candle close. This is what I want to see. Good. It's a nice break. I'll probably long this pullback here. All right. I'm gonna see if I can get it on MFFU too. Okay, I'm in on MFFU as well. What's up, Grizz? I'm just, whoops, hang on. What's this order doing here? Cancel order. Did my orders get messed up? Cancel order. There we go. Okay. I like the trend line break there. Oh my gosh. I'm out, and one of the accounts did not get out all the way. I have to flatten and rhythmic real quick. Jeez, I don't know what went on. That was about. That sucks. That's really annoying. That was just a... What the was that? Yeah, that's infuriating right there. That's gross. I'm kind of scared to get back in, you know? Jeez, that was brutal. I don't think that's news. I don't see anything on here. It's pretty ugly jab there. Sea-Dog sneeze and hit sell mark. Oh man, Sea-Dog. See you, Parshav. I'm kind of pissed about that. Oh, man. Yeah, Brad, that one was pretty gross. Trying to be patient waiting for that long, and man, did I pick a poor time to... I mean, you can't really guess that kind of stuff. That just happens. All right, let's see if 30s get hit now. Downside target. Jabbing, jabbing, jabbing closer. Just a nice overnight high rejection there on NAS. ES could be headed towards VWAP here. NAS as well. But first we're going to watch for 32s. Must be infuriating watching it just dump like crazy on you. It's not dumping like crazy. I didn't like that swipe lower. That was gross, but kind of comes with the NASDAQ territory, so it's all right. See you, Froggy. Is that NAS? Yeah, it's NAS. The top middle one's ES here. Still think the upside could play out here, but I would prefer to see 32 get hit at least. Oh yeah, by the way, I was in that on My Fun and Features as well. It's a 260 red there. Still considering buying it. I just don't like all this chop here. All right. I prefer to get back above overnight highs before getting back in, or getting in a lot lower, closer to the 30s. Don't really just want to long this little chop area here. Sounds not very fun. SPY had a nice VWAP buy up there, so we might be cooking with this long here soon. Eddie, yeah, I made $1 million. I did it off screen here, but I made $1 million while you were gone. Just trust me on this. Lambo is on its way. All right, this is what I want to see. So, you know, long was the right idea. Wrong time there. Yeah, it's sick. Sick. Yeah, I'm actually going to get a new office, like with my garage behind me with like a glass wall, so you can see the Lambo behind me while I trade. That'll make up for all of my insecurities. So price got to what, 36? It's pretty good. It said the 30s, retest. Now I want to get in long. Lambo singular, like you only have one. I'll get a Lambo and a McLaren. That's what a Gen Z trader would do, right? One of each. Well, just want to see like a little pullback to grab it long. You go for the Aston Martin? Well, that's because you're classy. Nice, that shows you're really good at trading. Exactly, man. Exactly. Don't forget the G-Wagon just to pick up the boys. I used to see Logan Paul driving around his G-Wagon with his boys. What kept you from going long right now? This is what you've been eyeing. I just want a little pullback here. I want like a kind of like a cleaner higher low put in. About to pop along here on MFFU, probably. Okay, I'll grab the long here on MFFU. Gonna target high days for now, around 2099, around 99 there. All right, I'll take it on Apex too. A little 30-minute supply right here that we're gonna grind through, I hope. Balance of the MFFU accounts right around 49,800. I hope my stop is far enough away here. Can't afford too much more because of the trailing drawdown. If we do pop back up, I kind of want to press. I kind of want to like add to this position. I did not add. I just went in with 2 contracts on this one. But I am tempted to add another 2 if we can push away from my entry here. I'm going to end the stream after I'm out of the trades, probably. Ooh. Close to getting me here. It's gonna be hard to come back from this one, honestly. Not gonna have much room at all. Can overnight highs hold here? Keep me in this trade? I sure hope so. Nah. So I have like what, $200 of drawdown left. This sucks. Still in on MFFU here. Gave a little bit more room. I can afford it. Traded 5 deals only 30% now. Oh, what does it say? Okay, out on MFFU too. Wow. This went from a pretty good session to pretty shit real fast, and maybe I should have expected that. But yeah, it's unpredictable. Yeah, Flash, I agree. You know, I'm waiting for what I want to see, and you know, when you see what you want, you put risk on. That's all you can do, and then try not to tilt when you're wrong. So that's kind of a bummer here because I've gotten so close to just passing these Apex ones, and now I'm back to where I started yesterday, where I ended the stream yesterday essentially. So I'll see if I can get lucky, you know, and get a little bit more drawdown. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to buy new ones, or see if Apex will give me 20 more codes. In general, though, like, you know, I can be upset with the P&L. Is one thing. I think the analysis was fine. You know, like the first stop out here, I couldn't really have predicted that, so I'm not, you know, it just is what it is. You're not gonna get too upset about that. It's just part of trading. And you know, the long earlier was good. So, you know, and then shorting up here was a good idea too. So, you know, I think a couple things on the execution side could be a little bit better. Should be careful if you churn Apex accounts. They gave me an eval ban a few days ago after passing 20, but they only do it after you pass. All right, well, I don't have to worry about that until I pass. Here's the downside target, 32s. VWAP is close by, but let's see if 32s can hold. I don't think I can. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't think I can afford to do anything else, but it's just probably not the price action I'm after. VWAP bounce earlier was very good. Let's see if we can get something similar. I would think not, probably, but you never know. Did you mean to go long in supply? I had 30-minute supply marked, but I wasn't really that concerned about it. You know, I didn't really expect that. And I'm not sure, you know, it ended up being like, if you mark out 30-minute supply right here. I had it marked in TradingView. So I kind of, maybe I dropped my eye off the ball on that, but overall, this like overall structure was what I was looking to see. I think the entry was, yeah, the entry is a bit high though. I just couldn't trust that trend line break anymore after the last one. So yeah, it just got pretty tricky. So downside target hit. And right above VWAP. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I might just expect more short side. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens right here at 50. That was decent stacked selling there on the 1 minute. I mean, the other thing I'm looking at is the 15 minute. You know, this purple line here is half of that 30-minute candle. It's a 50% retracement of that. And so, you know, it's pretty strong showing off the open. And then holding 50% of that is a good sign for bulls. This aggressive selling off 30-minute supply is not that great of a sign. So a bit of a mixed bag. Back under 50 here. I think shorts could be in play again. It just feels pretty treacherous on both ways. Try to go short, wait for a retest at 820. I think you're looking at a different, you're looking at NAS 100 or something. I'm trading on NASDAQ futures. I don't really like longs right now. I was actually tempted to short. But I might just hold off. This is like, you know, it's kind of as a good example of, you know, if I nail the first trade, there is no future trades. You know, there is no red, there's no green to red, right? So if I just don't get stopped out there, if I hold the stop loss back where it was, you know, I'm hitting max profit for the accounts, passing them, done. I'm not trying to trade this garbage anymore, you know? So it's a good example of like, I don't know, just overstaying your welcome in the market. This feels a little frustrating. Because I was feeling really good, you know, like what, an hour ago or something? Frustrating. I haven't heard that before. That's pretty funny. All right, I think I should head out of here though. So no trading tomorrow. It's a holiday, and Friday I'll be here for Friday stream, and that'll round out the week. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace.